Satnam. If you've been listening to the news these days, you'll be seeing that there's a lot of turmoil and change happening in the world. Right now, the human race is going through a change in consciousness. There's a possibility that we can begin to see things and live life in a totally different way than we've ever been able to see or live before. But in the process of our awareness expanding and consciousness changing, all the old habits that we've had for thousands of years aren't working anymore. And so every time we try to look at a problem in the here and now and solve it with old habits or old ways of thinking, it's just not working. We're not solving the problems because we need to get to another level of thinking and look at the problem from that perspective and solve it from that perspective. My name is Ong Kaar Khalsa, and I teach online webinars through Soul Answer University. There's a wonderful webinar series coming up called Success and the Spirit, and it's all about how to navigate the earthly life and how to be successful and how to be secure, how to create security for yourself and your family, but doing it in alignment with the spiritual principles that this change of consciousness is calling us to live by. The webinar will begin on September 30th, and it will go every Monday for 5 weeks until October 28th. And this is going to be, of course, 2013. And today, I'm talking to you a little bit about some of the things we'll be learning during the webinar and give you a taste of it and give you a few tools. And if you're interested in learning more about this webinar, you can go to soulanswer.com/success.html. So the key thing is that there are habits of mind that we need to change in order to expand and be successful in this new age, in the change of consciousness that's happening. And the first, most fundamental change is that from the time we're children, we're taught that in order to feel secure, we have to go out and get something. What are you going to be when you grow up? How much does that career pay? Or what are we looking around us that we desire, that we have to go grab? When the reality is that the key to success is not about going out and getting things. The key is to pay attention to what's coming to you. When we're focused on going out and getting, we develop an insensitivity. We get into our minds and our imagination, and so we run around trying to make the thing we imagine happen. But life is a co-creation with a totally conscious, loving, and universal creator. And every single one of us was born for a purpose. Before your soul incarnated into your body, your destiny, your divine purpose was told to the soul. And the body and the mind are the vehicles by which you get to experience that destiny and live that destiny. And all that was needed for you to deliver your destiny was prearranged and organized for you before you ever took birth. But the key to living in this consciousness is that you have to develop your own sensitivity and your own intuition so you can hear and see how that hand of the Creator is moving in your life in order to bring you the things that you need to deliver what your soul purpose is. So that first habit that we want to start working on is success does not come by going out and getting, by grabbing, by worrying, by imagining and chasing our desires. Success comes when we sit still and we develop our sensitivity and we watch what comes to us and we pay attention to what's coming and we take care of the things that come to us. And step by step, day by day, when we have that sensitive co-creative relationship with what the universe is bringing to us, that destiny starts to reveal itself and the path becomes clearer and easier to walk, and we gain strength and confidence in that. So you've been taught your whole life to be insecure. You've been taught that you're not going to have what you need and you have to go out and get it. You've never been taught that it was already promised before you were born. Just be a human being, be intuitive, be gracious, and it will come to you and you will find your way. And that's one of the things we'll be working on, in this course through Soul Answer, the Success in the Spirit course. Another thing is to understand that destiny is not some pie-in-the-sky idea. You have a destiny, and there's 2 questions you want to ask yourself to identify what that destiny is. And those 2 questions are, what do you feel called to do in your life? And what do other people call on you for? So it works both directions. When we're just focused on what we're called to do, we lose the connection with the community, and success happens in the context of our relationships with each other. No one can be successful as an individual. We can only be successful together, create together, deliver together. We live together. It's a collective process, success. So when we just pay attention to what I'm called to do, we create a block with our relationships with others. If we just pay attention to what everybody's calling on us to do, right? And mothers and fathers especially know that with children. You get pulled this way and pulled that, and your energy's always for someone else, and you wonder, when am I ever going to have time to myself? When am I going to refill the well? So there's a balance in life when we say, well, what do I feel called to do? And then what do other people see in me that they need from me? And between those two questions, you can begin to identify, oh, this is my destiny path. These are the talents I was given, the interests I was given. And this is the way those talents and interests best serve the community of souls that I incarnated with, that I'm here to dance with and play with and enjoy and live life with. So understanding destiny in the context of those two questions is another one of the skills and tools that we'll be learning about in this webinar. And the third thing is to understand that your mind creates a lot of blocks to your success. You get tired, you get insensitive, you have anger, we have the belief that I can't do it, I couldn't do it. And when we look back over the course of our lives, all of us know intuitively those moments where we were called to do something or there was an opportunity and I just couldn't do it. And then you live the rest of your life going, what would have happened if in that moment I had delivered myself differently? I had been authentic. I had taken the risk. I had conquered my fear. So this problem of success isn't that outside forces block us. It's that our fear blocks us, or our belief that we can't do something blocks us. And how do we get past those fears, and how do we change that belief so that in the moment where there's an opportunity that the universe has brought, we know we can do it and we can deliver it. So we'll be learning about this in the webinar as well, and we'll be practicing a lot of Kundalini Yoga meditations to help change our consciousness, shift our habits, expand our awareness, so we can get into this other way of navigating survival and success and time and space, and give us a joy about it and an alignment with a universal love that brought us to Earth. There is a divine plan that is unfolding, even though the times look very scary and very chaotic. And every single one of you has a soul purpose that's completely, perfectly aligned with that divine plan. And success, ultimately, when you take your last breath, is asking yourself, did I live my part of the divine plan in the context of the whole? And this is the consciousness that we wanted to develop as the age changes and humanity evolves. So I'd like to end this introduction with just a very simple meditation. This is something you can practice anytime, anywhere. Doing it for 3 minutes is best, but even if you just do it for a few breaths, it will give you a good tool in your life. So bring your hands into Gyan Mudra. The thumb and the forefingers are touching, and you rest that mudra on your knees. You can be sitting in a chair, or you can be sitting cross-legged on the floor. Rest the mudra on the knees. Have the eyes a tenth open, and you're focusing at the tip of your nose. And we're going to inhale and mentally chant. I'll tell you the words. And then exhale, and there will be a mental chant, and I'll tell you the words. So this is how it goes. Inhale and mentally chant, I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale and mentally chant, excel, excel, fearless. Inhale, I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale, excel, excel, fearless. And inhale one more time. Mentally chant, I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale, And just chant silently to yourself. Excel, excel, fearless. And inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. And exhale. It's been my pleasure speaking with you today on this topic of success in the spirit. We welcome you to our webinar at Soul Answer University. And if you can't make it in person on Monday nights, the webinars will be video recorded, and so you can sign up to receive the recordings instead. You don't have to be there physically on the webinar to enjoy and benefit from this class. I wish all of you a very successful, prosperous, and spiritual life. Remember, change is nothing to be afraid of. When something is destroyed, it just means that something new has to be born. Sat Nam, and God bless you.